President Trump federalizes the police department in D.C. These are your daily tax. Yesterday, we announced this news as it was breaking. President Trump had federalized the police department in Washington, D.C. He did so, claiming it was needed to fight crime in the city alongside National Guards persons and FBI agents. The president claimed that crime is way up in Washington, D.C., even though statistics bear out that it has actually lowered significantly over the past 2 years. Under the Home Rule Act of 1973, it gives the president powers to do so, with the initial federalization not lasting more than 48 hours and up to 30 days if the president notifies Congress. With congressional approval, this can last beyond 30 days. Now, the jurisdiction of the District of Columbia falls under congressional power, which is why the president needs to get approval from Congress before this can be extended beyond 30 days. That said, within Washington, D.C., the president is the commander-in-chief of the National Guard, which is why he was able to bring them in, along with FBI agents who are part of the administration. The president said, quote, "This is Liberation Day in D.C. We are going to take our capital back." Of course, when someone says take it back, we ask back from whom? And all signs and indices point to the homeless population within Washington, D.C., as the president has had ample rhetoric against them for some time now. Speaking on Sunday, the president also said, quote, "The homeless have to move out immediately. We will give you places to stay, but far from the capital. The criminals, you don't have to move out. We're going to put you in jail where you belong." In 2022, the president put forth the idea that homeless people should be moved into camped areas outside of city centers, where homeless people would have access to, quote, "high-quality tents and access to food and medical services." It seems as though with this action in DC, he wants to start moving in that direction, especially within the Capitol. And how camps have been set up for detainees so far within this administration, one begins to wonder what the humanitarian cost is of these actions. Because if the homeless are to be relocalized outside of a city center, that's not solving the problem. It's merely putting it out of sight and out of mind. Something which has been consistent with this administration as they focus on turning DC into a semblance of a gilded perception of power. It's why the president uses a lot of gold within the Oval Office, and it's why he's extending out the White House into a banquet hall that is nearly larger than the White House itself. It's about perception and visibility of power, and it's about taking the attention of the public space into something where they want the attention on, which, as we know, is consistent with this administration and their flood the zone strategy of politics. We'll continue to keep you updated here on Daily Tax.